what's up? I'm Cosmo, and you're watching the So Smoking Gooder Show. So grab a drink, park your ass, and don't forget to smash that subscribe button and ring that bell so you don't miss a thing.
This Kid Folk with Canned Heat Barbecue. We're going to the So Smoking Gooder Show. Let's all drop in.
I'm Phil Breeden, owner and founder of LC Barbecue, and you're watching the So Smoking Gooder Show.
Are you ready to turn up the heat?
1, let's go!
Because you've just tuned in to the one and only So Smoking Gooder Show. We're coming to you live from Bullhorn Barbecue headquarters in Cypress, Texas. This is the show where we talk all things barbecue and brews, and you better believe we're here to have a good time. Get ready for the man who knows barbecue like the back of his hand, the guy who can tell you the difference between an IPA and a stout blindfolded, and the life of every party, your barbecue pitmaster and the host with the most, Rob Arocha. Whether you're part of the Gooder Gang or just here for the special guests, barbecue competition updates, or maybe even to rate some boxes, strap in, fire up those smokers, and crack open a cold one, because the So Smoking Gooder Show starts now.
Yes, what is up, you beautiful barbecue people? Let me fix my little view here. Welcome to the show. Still love that intro. Shout out to Nick Panagopoulos and the crew over at Simple Alien Productions and Barbecue 321 Podcast for that amazing intro for our little show on these here interwebs. Thank you watching. As they said, a couple things they did not tell the complete truth about. I cannot tell you what a stout or an IPA tastes like blindfolded. I can tell you, probably not going to like it, but they did it, and I love it. It's great. It's great. Well, welcome to the show. It is Wednesday, a little after 8 o'clock on a Wednesday afternoon. You know where to be. That is right here watching the So Smoking Gooder Show. Gooder Gang is coming in. I appreciate each and every one of you, however you're checking us out, Facebook, YouTube, or the Twitches. Thank you very much. If you're on Facebook, hit the like button. If you're on YouTube, more importantly, subscribe and hit that little thumbs up button. We appreciate it. And if you're on Twitch, I don't know what's going on over there on Twitch. I don't even know how you do it. You follow it, you do whatever it is. What is going on? Well, I see Eddie's comment. Well, the Gooder Gang is coming in right now. Well, welcome to the show, guys. We got a great one for you. Another first timer to the show. We're going to talk to Hog Addictions Pitmaster Marcio Borguezan. He's going to be on the show here in just a minute. He is coming to you. I thought he was going to be in New Orleans, Louisiana, but he's actually in Gulfport, Mississippi at his home headquarters. So we'll talk to him shortly. If you guys don't know what Hogs for the Cause is, he's going to tell us all about it. What I do know about it, it's a great charity, a great cause. So we'll learn all about Hogs for the Cause together. And maybe we can get a couple tips on some whole hog cooking. It is whole hog season now with the entry of Hogs for the Cause. We got the Memphis in May coming up, obviously next month in May. And the same weekend, SmokeSlam, which is a new event that we don't know too much about because it's a first-time event. It's going to be competing on the same weekend in Memphis. That is crazy. Same weekend in Memphis at the Tom Lee Park in Memphis, Tennessee, right on the river. That's SmokeSlam. Memphis in May, I think, went to Memphis University's stadium parking lot, I believe. So we'll talk about that here in just a little bit with Marcio. He'll be on shortly, but I want to give some shout outs to the Gooder Gang, the guys that are checking in right now. I saw some of them already check in. First in was Mr. Carlos Calzada. What is up, Carlos? How are you, my man? ZZ Top Fan Evening All. Wes Reed, what is up, Wes Reed? I need to see you, man. I haven't seen you in a minute. Daddy Dutch, Kent checking in. Good evening, Rob. And more importantly, Ty. Yes, more Ty on the show is what we need. The Dude Barbecue, what is up? Gooder Gang, I'll tell you later. That is Chase checking in. Good afternoon, everyone. That's I'll tell you later. Barbecue. I think I'll say his name in the show a little later if I'm not mistaken. Doodle Q, the world famous, soon to be world famous injection. Doodle Q, if you not got your hands on that, hit up the barbecue store in Hempstead. They have it. You can hit them up and they'll do it. Johnny Mags checking in. What's up, boys? CBA coming to New England. That is not a rumor. That is not a mistyping on the screen right there. CBA is going to New England, Rhode Island more specifically. Yes, the first out-of-state contest for CBA is not going to be in Louisiana. It's not going to be in Oklahoma. It's not going to be in New Mexico, which are our bordering states, Arkansas. None of those. It's going to be in freaking Rhode Island. What is that all about? But yes, CBA is going to Rhode Island July 4th weekend. If you're listening and you're in that part of the country, go check it out. Go check out CBA. I think you'll love it. I think you'll love what we got going on. It's definitely technology forward thinking, sanctioning body. So if you're in that area, go check us out. Go find out what we're all about. Johnny Maggs, hopefully you're going to be there. I know some people are going to be out there. Armando De Luna, what is going on, my man? Good evening, Gooder Gang. Nicho Arredondo, good evening, everyone. What's up, Nicho? Uwe Braun, my favorite German barbecue cook. He says I'm the only freaking German barbecue cook, but you're still my favorite, Uwe. Great intro. Yes, I love that. Shout out to Nick again with Simple Alien Productions. Gotta have the Uwe belly dance. All right. Who else we got there, Ty? Let's see here. I know there's more. I know there's Sam Demerit. What's up, Gooder Gang? How are you? Louis Gonzalez. What up, Rob? I'm going to play Louis' he didn't get to see it last week, but ChickN Bark, our ChickN Bark segment. I don't have a new one. But we're going to play that Louis one from last year. Eddie Morales. What's up, Shigas? Yeah, I saw your comment lower. Wrong show, different show. Surge. What's up, Rob and Ty? Happy Wednesday, Gooder Gang. Candy Baines, what is going on? I think her contest is coming up. That's why I see Candy popping back in. What is up, Candy? Good to see you. Welcome back to the show. Judge Webb, what is going on? There he is. What's up, Gooder Gang, for Eddie Morales. Sean Trainer, bottoms up, biatches. Hump Day, Gooder Gang. Yes, Carlos Calzada. Go Yankees. I'll say it. They swept the Astros opening weekend. Hey, it happens. It happens. We're usually sweeping the Yankees, but they did it back to us. But we do it in the playoff when it counts. Y'all do it the first week of the season when it really doesn't fucking matter. Let's see who else we got. Triple Threat Vets podcast. You guys are not watching that on Thursday night. You better tune in 8:00 on Thursday. I sent somebody over there who's a Navy veteran to watch that because it's got a lot of good information to help people out that have been in that lifestyle, that military life. Who else we got? Sean Strader. What up, Sean Strader? How are you? Lady Blue Barbecue. What is up? There is Hot Shot DB or BDP. I know who that is, but what's ready for a good show? Yes, Hot Shot. He tuned in 2 weeks ago. He tuned in last week, and he's back for more. I love it. Bill Purvis is in the house. What is going on? Kevin Smith. I missed that one. I'm sorry. What's up from Okie Land? There he is. Bill Purvis, sup, gents. Josh Lopez, what's going on? Steve Jimenez, what's up from the Texiana barbecue crew? Shane's, there he is right there. Damn Texas Yankee had to drop in and say, sing it, Frank. You know what? Bring it on. It's okay. 1 week, first week of the season. That's good. Michael Sistrunk, what is going on? Stacy Hale from Sure Shot Barbecue. I sent your husband a message, and he did not reply. You better get on that. Chingon Barbecue, Manuel Moreno, what is going on? And here we go. Rob, are you going to Rhode Island to cook? To be determined, my man. To be determined. Bobby Delgado, I talked to Bobby. His son has got a lot going on in the high school barbecue world. Maybe we'll hit that. Tara, or is it Tara? No, it's not Tara. Tara or Tara? I don't know. I don't know what's right. She can spell it Tara. It's pronounced either way, but I think it's Tara. Could be Tara. You never know. Milhosky, what is going on? Lacey Leclerc, that is Fireball Lacey, if you don't know. Cesar Mejia, what's going on? Max, what is going on? There's the man right there. And there it is, Tara again. You never know. You never know. All right, we've got Marcio coming up here shortly, I promise you. But I want to give some updates. I posted something about bag to boxing. We're going to do a show next week. We're going to take a whole chicken and wings from the cryovac to the boxing live on air in a 2-hour show. You're going to see everything. And the people that are behind this are people that you know very well. They're chicken champions. So you got 3 chicken champions and soon to be 1. You're going to have Mr. Paul Whitaker from Scooter's Barbecue. Yes, Paul Whitaker. He's not been really cooking this year. He's been behind the scenes doing what we need at CBA. and he's got a job. But he is going to be on the show next week doing a bag to boxing. Not only will Paul Whitaker be there, Aaron Leslie with Texas Oil Dust, he will be doing a lot of the heavy lifting. It's going to be done at Midland Half Acre on drums. So you'll be able to see a drum process from bag to boxing, cryovac to the box, and doing it all behind the camera with commentary is going to be our follow team. Serge is going to be there from last Roundup Barbecue. So you got Paul, you got Aaron, you got Serge, and myself and producer Ty. We're going to be on the show next week, taking you from a cryovac to a box. You're going to see trimming, you're going to see injection, you're going to see seasoning, you're going to see a cooking process on a drum, you're going to see saucing, everything that you would want to see. You'll see it from Aaron, Paul, and Serge. I can't wait for that show. That's going to be next Wednesday. I don't know. We may have to start early. We may be at a 7:30 time slot. I'll let you know. I'm going to talk to the boys. It's Tara or Tara. I know what you mean, bro. So that's going to be next week on the show. Again, Paul, Scooters Barbecue, Aaron, Texas Oil Dust, and Serge from last Roundup Barbecue. It's going to be a great show. And of course, Rob and Ty will be on here as well, having some commentary. We'll be taking notes. If you have questions all during that show, ask away. It's gonna be pretty transparent because you're gonna see everything from bag to box. I'm excited about that show. That's coming up next week. Start time to be determined, maybe 7:30, maybe 7. You never know. It's going to be in West Texas time, so it'll probably still be sunlight whenever we end the show. All right, that's what's coming up. Our guest is trying to come in. There he is. He's back in. Let me bring Ty in real quick so Marcio can get 100% settled. Ty, what is going on? How's your weekend, my man? How's everything going with you?
Everything was good. I meant to tell you, I got Astros season tickets with my boy Sean Newhouse and one of his buddies, Greg, and I got to see one of those Yankees games. Sorry, I'll be watching. I'm an Atlanta Braves fan, but I'll be pulling for your Astros when they're not.
All right. The Astros will be fine. They'll be fine. They're 1-4 right now, though. Not off to the best start, but or 1-5 even worse. It's okay.
But they got the no hitter against the Blue Jays, right?
They did. They mixed in a no hitter, a no winners,
1-4 and one no hitter. I mean, it wasn't terrible. It was a
terrible.
competitive game when I saw the Yankee series too. So
how about them? How about them Texans though? They signed Stephon Diggs today in a big trade.
They got Mixon, Stephon Diggs. They got a tight end whose name I can't remember, but that
Dalton Schultz. They're looking good. They're looking good. Sing it, Frank, for the Texans. Sing it, Frank.
Hey, I do want to say something real quick.
Yes, go ahead.
I love that the CBA is taking more territory. I love that it's going to be up in Rhode Island. I love the innovative shows you're doing with the bag to boxing. This shit's going to be fun. Let's do it. I'm excited.
All right. I'm glad you're excited. Ty, I know you got that sponsor roll queued up, and then we'll get Marcio right after this. Thank you guys for tuning in. Let's get started. Here we go. Shout out to the supportive and outstanding sponsors. Rectag, Smokin' Magic, Cosmos Q Products, KNR Pipeline Services, Race Crew Drum Smokers, Barbecue 321 Podcast, Texas Oil Dust, LC Barbecue, Pinkerton Texas Pit Barbecue, Briscoe Ranch Cook-Off at the Crossroads, War Pig Barbecue, Texas Chrome Heroes Foundation, Chicken Fried Barbecue Grind, Navy SEAL Danny Dietz Memorial Classic, Bull Printing Wraps and Graphics, Texas Original Charcoal Products, Got Your Six Culture, We Branded Promotions, and the Barbecue Store in Hempstead. Thank you for supporting the So Smokin' Gooder Show. Absolutely. I saw some sponsors on there. Chicken Fried Barbecue. If you guys haven't seen his new show, I know a lot of people have. I love it. It's a good show. It's on Tuesday nights at 8 o'clock. Chicken Fried with Chicken Fried. You can see Phil, Bill, Wes, and whoever the guest is of the evening. There's Big Bill right there, and Big Phil. Big Phil checking in right there. There's no Big Rob on that show. No Big Rob on that show. All right, Gooder Gang. Hello, Gooder Gang. Watching my kids' baseball game. That's where I was earlier today. These last 3 Wednesdays, I've been at the ballpark, and I've hauled ass right here after the last out to get seated here and do this show. All right, let's bring him on, Ty. Bring on Marcio Borguezan from Hog Addiction Barbecue Team. What is happening, my man? If you guys do not know this man, he is a gentleman. Every time I've talked to you, Marcio, you've been awesome to talk to. You're a great ambassador for barbecue, as most people are. And I love that you got into the house because it looks perfectly clear. You're ready to go. How are you, buddy?
Doing good. For a minute there, it looked like I was tangled up on my microphone here.
It looks good. It looks like you got some fishing lines on your sunglasses or something
right.
there. I don't know what.
So this is my earbuds. So this is we're here for the talk, not for the visual, right?
That's right, baby. That's right. I'm glad we're not here for visuals. Then I'd be in trouble. I'd be in trouble if we were here for visuals.
My mama always lied to me, told me I was a handsome.
Hey, you are a handsome man. Mama almost lied. Half truth. Half truth, bro. Right there. All right, buddy. Well, I've kind of introduced you, Hog Addiction Barbecue Team, but this is your first time to the show. I love having first-time guests on the show. We love introducing people that, of course, you're not in Texas, so a lot of you guys know a bunch of Texas, and if you were here, we'd see you more often at a weekend. We don't get to see you all that often. Please introduce yourself. What's up, Daryl? Nice to meet you. Welcome to the show. What's going on, Marcio? So please introduce yourself to the Gooder Gang, my man.
Yes, sir. No, first of all, thank you guys for having me, Rob and Ty. Yep. I've enjoyed y'all's show. I've listened to it, every time I needed to burn some time on the road, as we did last year for quite some time.
Yeah,
I'll pull up videos and I go to, either y'all or Barbecue Champs Academy and other podcasts and watch them. So, so Marcio Borguezan with Hog Addiction Barbecue Team. We are a pork-only barbecue team. I'd say we could probably venture out sometimes to cook a brisket here and there, but that's kind of what we do for now. We started cooking. I joined a team, actually. I have not been on a barbecue for a very long time. I joined a team about 12 years ago, and I cooked with them, and they were mostly KCBS. And they decided to give up on it, and I kind of continued, purchased a trailer. It was a funny story because the guy, he's back cooking with us now, and we were having a conversation. I said, "Have I ever finished paying for that trailer?" He said, "No."
Hey, those are the best kind of trailers.
Yeah, that's right. So,
excuse me.
And then we cooked, from time to time, and then decide to embark on the MBN trail and hit it pretty hard, and kind of focus on whole hog, ribs, and shoulders. That's kind of what we, and been very successful at it. I have a phenomenal team, great support. It's a key to accomplish a lot of great things. So.
All right. I saw some new people coming in. Sean, Brandon, Chris Main, the barbecue shanty was checking in. Good to see you on here, Chris, again. Shauna Rapolo, what is going on, Miss Shauna? So pork only team, for us, we cook all, obviously, about what we do: chicken, ribs, pork, and brisket. MBN is strictly pork. It's I guess that's kind of the sanctioning body that you are cooking in mostly. So it is pork ribs, pork shoulder, and whole hog. Correct? Why don't you explain the MBN sanctioning body for us, please?
So MBN. So basically, an MBN. MBN changed the rules a few years back. They went from prelims to now just you enter your box. So you're going to cook either 6 portions of each, right? So you're going to enter ribs, your shoulder, your best piece of the shoulder, of course, hog. You are to enter shoulder, loin, and ham. And so you enter those boxes to the judges. They'll be judged. And then if you're a top 3, your name will be called. A rep will visit your tent and let you know that you made finals. Now, years back, MBN, you'd have to enter your box, also present to 3 different judges: your hog, your ribs, and your shoulder. So what MBN did, because of the amount of meat and the cost, they decide to take the prelims out. That cut a lot of meat and cost out. It opened up to a lot of teams. And so once you make finals, you're given a time. Judges will come by, four individual judges. They're going to come as a group, I'm sorry. And so they're going to judge your product. You're going to start first with whole hog, typically starts at 1 o'clock, and then shoulder and following ribs. So you're going to present each individual. So if you final on all three.
If you final on all three. And so,
Correct.
like, what are generally at a standard contest, are there standard turn-in times for ribs,
Correct.
shoulder?
So
okay. What are
9:45 to 10 is hog, 10:45 to 11 is shoulder, and 11:45 to 12 is ribs.
That's pretty quick. So it starts early, ends early, and then once you're turned in, when are you looking for judges to come find you?
So when you turn in your hog box, right after you turn in your shoulder, they announce the finals on hog. And then right after you turn your ribs, they're going to announce your shoulder. And then, of course, in ribs, you're going to wait a little bit. Sometimes on a bigger contest, we go through a presentation of doing a hog, and we don't even know if we're final yet on ribs because it just takes a little while.
Takes a while, yeah.
Yeah.
So you've been in this. That's foreign to us. You know, I've actually done Memphis in May a couple times with a team. It was not my team, obviously, but I was there. And so I've seen the turn-in prelims. I've seen the box turn-ins. I've seen them come around. I know Memphis in May is not MBN, but it follows a lot of those same things, right? He gone. But it follows a lot of those same kind of situations, right? Some of those circumstances that you would see at an MBN contest. The head judges, she's an MBN head judge as well. You can't hear me? Can you hear me? Ty, can you hear me?
Yeah, he might have to go out and come back in since he I think he got a text message is why his screen went black or something probably.
Okay, yeah. Let's remove him. I will kick him and he'll come back in. He'll come back in. All right, so I've done a Memphis in May. I've done an MBN style contest. So preliminaries, you turn in a box just like we would in CBA or anything like that. We turn in a box, it gets turned in. Once that happens, you know, they get in there and they get it. It goes through a judging process like we are familiar with. It's a little different. Obviously, it's a different sanctioning body. And then the judges will come around an hour or two later, probably 2 hours later, and then you find out if you're a finalist. And once you become a finalist, you have 30 minutes or so to get your second set of meats and present them to a judge. Like physically, you know, you're in a tent with the judges in front of you and you're presenting your meats, talking to judges about your meats. All right, Marcio's coming in. Let's see. Oh, sorry, Ty. Go ahead. Bring him back in, Ty. Can you hear me now?
Yep, back at it.
I think you got a text or something during that
time.
Yeah,
so someone was calling and being on my phone, I apologize.
It's all right. It's all right.
Think thoroughly about bringing the computer, so it just.
What's up, AA Ron? Kind of like old school HLSR, maybe. So I was kind of explaining while you were gone the process, right? So you turn in your boxes just like we would do here. I'll just say ribs because we're used to turn in ribs. So we would turn in our rib box, you know, to an event rep, or, you know, they would accept it. It goes to a judging tent and it gets put through the judging process. And once those come back, you will determine how many finalists are, say it's a 40 team contest, you know, say 50 team. That sounds like to be the norm nowadays. It seems like 50 team contests. How many are going to the finals?
So you'll have a total of 9, 3 hogs, 3 shoulders, and 3 ribs.
So just 3, 3, and 3. Okay.
Yeah. So your top 3 on hog, top 3 in shoulder, and then ribs.
And if you don't make it the finals, you obviously know you're not in the top 3, but you could be 4,
correct,
right? You could be in the top 10.
4. Yeah. Okay. Last weekend, was it a couple weekends back, in Tylertown, we final in hog, final in shoulder, and didn't get rib, but we ended up on 4th. That was.
So is it still cumulative scoring? So say you get 3/4, can you win a contest if you don't final any of them?
So MBN, the way it works, you can go to MBN and cook rib only and win the contest.
Oh, okay.
So it's individual ranking.
Okay.
So they're going to judge all 3 hogs, and let's say, you know, some of the hogs were 441, 446, and 440, 7, right? So 447 is the number to beat in hogs. So if a shoulder is 448, then you ran a contest with a shoulder. But there's 450 in finals is your perfect score. But if you have a rib team, that often happens, that has a 450 or a 449, then they will be the grand champion. And so whether it's your individual category. We cook all three every time because we dare, so might as well cook it. But there is teams that come and do shoulder and ribs only.
Wes Garrett, he's jumping ahead of us right now. The baddest man in NBN right now. I have it in my notes. We're gonna talk about that. We're kind of getting a baseline for what is NBN right now. So that's interesting. So why was it so hard for a rib team? I think it was 21 years that it was a rib team to finally win Memphis in May. We'll talk about, you just mentioned you have to outscore them. Are you already a leg up cooking a whole hog or shoulder versus rib?
Well, I think there's so this is just coming from a cook, right? So when it comes time for me to present a hog, I'm excited. There's so much to talk about. And then you go to a shoulder. I feel the same way with a shoulder. But then the rib, I'm like, man, by the time rib comes around, it's always our third meat if we triple final. There's not a whole lot there. And I feel like rib kind of gets pushed into the back of the line. And at the end of the day, those judges already full. They went to hog, they went to shoulder. But hey, we ran 3 contests with rib last year, 5 with a shoulder, and the rest of them were hog. So we kind of beat ourselves up because, if you just stay with one, you can, there's a bigger chance of winning team of the year. We lost team of the year by 2 points, but we did one rib of the year, shoulder, but not hog. So.
All right. So we're going to ask you some hog questions. If you guys have questions for Marcio, have anything to do with NBN or that style of cooking or whole hog. We don't cook down here in Texas. I can't think of a contest. There may be some unsanctioned ones that have whole hog. If you guys know of a contest that has a whole hog category here in Texas, please let me know. Because I can't think of one off the top of my head. So we see them, we've been to American Royal. A lot of us, a lot of these cooks are, they spread out, right? They go to the Royal and it's not a sanctioned event, but it's a contest where they have the whole hog contest. They call it Pigapalooza. I got to judge last year. So I actually went through the judging process in that. I get it. It's not technically sanctioned, but there were some of the best hog teams out there. I saw Boar's Night Out was doing it. The Shed was doing it. Mark Lambert and his team were there. The Stretch, it was a lot of fun. Good times out there seeing the whole hog. But we don't know a bunch of that. So if you have questions about whole hog, please put them in the comments and we'll ask Marcio of them because I have some questions. But producer Wes on the Chicken Show, he said the baddest man in NBN, and you are truly the baddest man in NBN right now. You're coming off 11. What is it? No, 8. I'm sorry. 8 grand champions in a row. It's never been done. Never been done in NBN, and it's never been done in CBA. That is so difficult to be that consistent to win 8 grand champions in a row. Talk about that run that you're on right now. And some of Myron's never done it. A lot of these guys that we know that have cooked, Robbie Royal that cooked NBN, they've never done it. Here we are right now talking to the man and the team Hog Addiction that has done it.
So I think I don't know, it kind of fall out in our lap. The streak's not over. The eight in a row. Our next contest will be Peavine, and so it could be 9.
Over. Let's go 9. Let's go 9.
So I guess I think we roll up our sleeves and put in a lot of discipline and consistency into what we do, and it's taking advantage of the great products that we have out there. They can keep our zero, put us down to the 0 margin of errors and be more consistent. I think that focus on basically all cooking, that's what got us there. A lot of times we hear from other people, like I've had someone comment the other day, said, man, I was telling someone about hog addiction. We were at their tent, and it came time for them to do something. They said, bye. They were gone. So, and they said, I've noticed that about them all the time. Everything has a strict timeline, and you're not going to sit there and just talk to them. They're going to tell you bye, and they're gone. So there's 4 of us. It takes every bit of all of us. It just, the night crew, and then the next day, I have to have some rest, which I stay with the hog, but I have to have some rest in order to be able to be sharp the next day and present and not miss my points on, talking about all the products that, basically I have a lot of concentration and dedication to do this over and over again. And I think, I think the 7 last ones, we did 7 in a row, means 7 weekends on the road.
And how far does MBN stretch? How far are you traveling for these contests?
Tennessee, Galax, Virginia.
Okay.
All
right. You're putting some windshield time. There's Wes. He said you're calling your shot. Number 9's coming. Number 9 is coming. I do have some questions. Again, a Gooder game. If you have questions about Whole Hog, this is the man we need to talk to. He's currently on an 8 grand champion streak. Soon to be 9. We'll say it. We're calling your shot as well. There's one right there. Ty, if you could star those. No, we'll get those in a minute. I do want to talk about, so this weekend, we mentioned Memphis in May. They do have, not this weekend, we'll get to Hogs in just a minute, but Memphis in May. And then everybody knows what Memphis in May, or knows about Memphis in May. We call it one of the big 4. I say big 5. San Antonio's involved. If you listen to this show, San Antonio is a big 5 as well. But Memphis in May, and now they have a competing event, which is just crazy that they're going to be a competing event doing a similar deal. It's going to be MBN sanctioned, and it's going to be at the Tom Lee Park, which is where Memphis in May has been for all these years, except for a couple of years, if I'm mistaken. But it's a competing event, throwing out big money. MBN, it's the categories we just talked about: ribs, shoulder, and hog. And then they've got like 5 different ancillary categories, similar to the Memphis in May. What is going on with these 2 organizations, or 2 things that they are basically competing? This guy, Memphis in May, has been there forever. We got this new SmokeSlam. They said, no, we're going to go back to the park you were just leaving, and we're going to do a contest, and we're going to get some of those teams that were doing in Memphis for all these years. We're going to try and bring them over to what we're going on. What do you know about that? What's going on with that new organization, SmokeSlam?
This is how I see it. I don't know, for various reasons, why they're doing on the same weekend. I think because it lays on the same weekend that the music festival is already running. They're on schedule. And I think, Memphis in May it was hit hard last year with a lot of destruction on the park and restoration of the park and fees. And so they decided to go to the out of the park. And so, and then Slam came around and said, hey, look, we're going to put a contest here. And then I don't really know the details. I know this, Hog Addiction is going to the SmokeSlam, and we like the river, and we like the MBN layout, which Memphis the same way. This is actually going to be a lot more work than Memphis in May, because in Memphis in May, all we had to do is cook a hog, present it 3 times, send in a box, right? And now this contest,
you got to do all 3.
Got to do all 3, and they're all 3 going to be prelims. So you have to present 9 times before you even know of anything as far as finals. So it's going to be a lot of work. MBN holds a great contest. They know how to sanction an event. We've been through many of them. The SmokeSlam, go ahead.
What's the chatter amongst teams that have been doing Memphis in May forever, and they're, like your Hog Addiction? You guys have been doing this for a number of years, and now you're going to SmokeSlam.
Yeah, so the conversation is, how can we do both? Some teams are doing both.
Really?
I mean,
splitting up?
They're doing both. It's just, I guess at first when it came out, people were just, started a lot of conversations about why the same weekend, and we try not to get involved with that. We just wanted to go cook some barbecue. I'm hoping to, and that everybody hopes the same way that are in Memphis, that this contest will happen on a different weekend. So and I suggested that too. I said, man, we're already there for Memphis. Put it next weekend. We're already
Yeah,
up there. We
that
just
would
go
be-
down the river.
That would make a lot of sense.
One of the challenges that they always going to have is the amount of people. Now they only allow 60 total teams into the park, which way more manageable. The way they're approaching this, it's still a very large contest. If 60 times 3,
Times 3, yeah.
If you were to separate like Memphis and May, now for the sanction side, they have to work just like a Memphis and May. They got a lot of work to do. And so for us, of course, a lot of work, but I think a lot of the teams that I talk to, they say, man, if they can change, but the challenge will be putting all these teams there. I don't think they can hold 150 teams.
Yeah.
I think originally the cap they said that was going to be, I think they got 58 teams, 58 or 60 max. They spread them, they put them on the road off the grass. The park after the renovation became very difficult to hold these teams in there because, man, there's trees and bushes everywhere, and
and people were on the grass and this and that. So 60 is going to be a little more manageable than however many teams Memphis brings in. I did see their website, SmokeSlam or SmokeSlam. I don't know what it is, but y'all can Google it. Ty can probably put a link up there in a minute. But they've got a lot of information. It sounds like a pretty badass contest. They're throwing a lot of money out there. There's going to be a lot of TV people filming this event. It's going to be a big deal. So I'm curious to see, the attendance or who kind of jumped ship from Memphis in May and goes over to this SmokeSlam.
Yeah, Robbie Royal's cooking there.
Robbie Royal's cooking SmokeSlam?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Where's Myron cooking?
Myron is going to Liberty Park, Memphis in May.
Okay, yeah. He's going to Memphis. All right, so the team list is going to be interesting when that comes out. Who's going where and like you said, some of these teams are trying to double up and do both of these right there. SmokeSlam.com. There it is right there. Producer Ty's on it. So you can check that link out. There's a lot of interesting stuff going over there. The team that I am a part of with Joey Machado, I believe we're going to be at SmokeSlam. That's the thing that I heard just this afternoon. So, I was planning on going to Memphis that weekend. I didn't know where I was going. But this afternoon, I got word. I guess we're going to SmokeSlam. So we'll be out there with you guys back at the Tom Lee Park, which I love. It's such a great scene, right? The whole.
It's a great venue.
It's a great venue. The whole thing is it screams Memphis barbecue. So sad to see this happen with two different organizations or sanction, whatever, events going at each other. It seems like they're going at each other. I mean, that's kind of that one. You put it on the same weekend. There's a message being sent there somewhere. But all right, so Marcio, thank you so much. I want you to think about, we do a Mount Rushmore. I don't know if you said you watched the show. You know what we do? We talk about our Mount Rushmore. It's 4 people you want to put on your Mount Rushmore that have inspired you or helped you out along the way. And after we do the Mount Rushmore, don't worry, we'll get to your questions about Whole Hog, because I do want to talk specifically about Whole Hog, and we have Hogs for the Cause to talk about, which is an event near and dear to Marcio's heart. I just want him to think about this. Think about 4 people you want to put on your Mount Rushmore, and then you got one you can put in the gift shop. My gift shop people are my favorite people that almost made the mountain, not quite, but they're in the gift shop down there. And then you got your barbecue homie, right? Somebody that you want to set up next to, somebody you want to be around when you're doing a contest. This is a fun segment as well. But I want you to think about that, because we're going to do the upcoming events segment. We're going to do the wrap-up recap, and then I'll bring you back on, and we'll talk about that, all right? And then we'll definitely hit on Hogs for the Cause. We're not done with Marcio. We got Hogs for the Cause, and we've got some Whole Hog questions to ask Marcio here in just a minute. Leslie Oden, is this the CEO of the Turkey Federation? What is going on? What's up, Turkey Smoke Champ, Marcio? And hey, Rob. I just get a hey, Rob, and you get what's up, Turkey Smoke Champ. I love it. But this shout out to Leslie.
Cook at the shed.
Leslie Oden is now the CEO of the National Turkey Federation. Maybe something else. Leslie, put it in there. I love the fact, and I'm very proud of you and happy for you. Amazing what Leslie's doing over at the Turkey Federation. She's a
best
badass.
fit.
Yeah, yes. She's awesome. All right. So I'm going to drop you down. You got a moment to go to the bathroom, do whatever you need to do. We're going to do the upcoming event segment, and then we'll bring you right back in. Let me pull this up real quick. We are going to do the bull printing wraps and graphics wrap-up recap starting in the Champions Barbecue. This is 2 weeks because we had DVQ on last week. We're going to full hour and a half with her. I didn't have a chance to put the wrap-up recap, but we're going to do that right now. You're welcome, Leslie. Well-deserved. I'm very happy and proud of you. That's amazing. All right. Champions Barbecue Alliance, Texas Station, Springfest. Grand champion was Danton Townsend. Was it Dalton Townsend? I can't remember. Bayou Barbecue. RGC, Eric Arnold from Big E Barbecue. The William Billy Leo Foundation. The grand champion was Hector Cantu from Barbecue Holics. RGC was Cody Nieto from Los Gordos Barbecue. Over in Rosenberg at the Masonic Lodge, the grand champion was Rini Sanchez. He's in the comments, I believe. Double S Smokers. RGC was our good friend and sponsor, Grant Pinkerton from Come and Eat It. The inaugural Border Classic Barbecue Cook-Off grand champion was our good friend Hector Cienega, Lobos Den Barbecue. I don't know if Ty's got it queued up, but the RGC was Aaron Leslie from Texas Oil Dust.
Well, hello there. How you doing? I'm Aaron Leslie with Texas Oil Dust, and today you're watching the So Smoking Gooder Show.
Yes, you do see your name, Los Gordos Barbecue. Congratulations. Well deserved. All right. The Alvin Music Festival grand champion, Donald Keene from Smoke Show Barbecue. The RGC was Eric Riojas from Loud and Heavy Barbecue. That was a 215 team event. I was over there with Team Bighorn, and last weekend in Stockdale, the C of C, just ranching. The grand champion was Phil Breeden from LC Barbecue.
I'm Phil Breeden, owner and founder of LC Barbecue. You're watching the So Smoking Gooder Show.
There he is, LC Barbecue. He's got a class coming up real soon. I think May 4th and 5th or 5th and 6th. You can check out that amazing video that the So Smoking Gooder Show did for Phil. All right, the RGC was Steve. And is it Tara or Tara? We don't know. Mihalski from Backward Jacks. Congratulations. They are reserve grand champions last weekend in Stockdale. All right, over in the IBCA, again, this is 2 weeks' worth. The second annual NG Barbecue Cook-Off Grand Champion was Jamie Roby of Texas Smoke. RGC was Randall Kendrick from Hideaway Ranch Hideaway Ranch Cookers. Fourth annual John Heibner Memorial Grand Champion was Brandon Janicek for the beer. The RGC was Justin Fortune from On Point Barbecue. The ABC Pro Rodeo Barbecue Cook-Off Grand Champion Chuck Long, Texas Rebel Smokehouse. The RGC was Chase Vincent from I'll Tell You Later Barbecue. He was in the comments earlier. ATX Barbecue Showdown. The grand champion, we gave him proper love last week, Louis Gonzalez from DD Barbecue. And the RGC was Robert Smith from First Class Barbecue. And we have the second annual DCJRA Barbecue Cook-Off. Grand champion was Johnny Perez from 10-8 Barbecue. RGC, Fidel Sanchez from Smoky Cattle. And over in the Outlaw Barbecue Association case, pew, 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 pew. There. The grand champion was AJ George from Okie Folks Barbecue. The RGC, Brittany Uncart, Shark Bite Barbecue. And nothing in the Lone Star Barbecue Society. All right, that was the Bull Printing Wraps and Graphics wrap-up recap. You can find any wraps or signs or stickers. He did those badass stickers that are on my drums right now. Amazing. Erica Dotson, hello. How are you? James Dotson, what is up, Gooder Gang? Carrie Chastain from Hold Your Horses, what is going on? Buzz Barbecue, I will read your comment in just a minute. It sounds spicy. Sounds, just glancing, a little spicy. I like it. We like spicy here on the show. All right, let's do the upcoming event segment sponsored by the Briscoe Ranch Cook-Off at the Crossroads. If Ty could put that logo in the corner, I'll read the date. I believe it's December 13th and 14th, 24 in Uvalde, Texas. Make plans to attend. This weekend, we've got in the Champions Barbecue Alliance, we got CarFest, a big event. Yes, 13th and 14th, 2024. CarFest in San Antonio, Texas. Los Cuñados, 5th annual state championship in Weslaco, Texas, home of Fred Robles from Rio Valley Meats. That is the state championship with that little icon, Texas State icon indicates. In Angleton, Texas, we got the Guns and Hoses event, and we got a private event. In Pasadena, the agriculture contest, Houston, private event. Over in the IBCA, we got the 34th annual Roughneck Chili and Barbecue Contest in Luling. We got the Bentwood Cook-Off in Georgetown, Texas. Yes, CBA going to Rhode Island, Mr. Carey. That's right. Buck's Backyard, 8th annual Barbecue Cook-Off in Buda, Texas. We got the Trevor Lee Chesson Memorial Cook-Off in Winnie, Texas. And we got the Windfest in, not Portland, Portland. Whoever made this slide needs to be fired. That was me. I made this slide. All right. And over in the Outlaw Barbecue Association case. Pew, 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 pew. There. Gotta love it. Risk It for the Brisket in Gilmore, Texas. State championship. Rhine Spar Barbecue Cook-Off in Cleburne, Texas. Also a state championship. Justin West, he's the president over at Outlaw Barbecue. He mentioned to me that's like 70% of their contests are state championships. So shout out to Outlaw for putting those together. Over in the Lone Star Barbecue Society, we got the 2nd annual Veterans Appreciation Cook-Off in Brownwood. And in KCBS, there's a big one down here in Texas, Cedar Park, Texas. It is Cedar Fest. If you guys are going to that one, I'd like to put yourself in the comments. If you're going to Cedar Fest, we'd like to know. All right, that's KCBS in Cedar Fest. Shout out to Wade Carpenter and his awesome crew over at the Briscoe Ranch Cook-Off at the Crossroads in Uvalde, Texas. Again, make plans to attend. They had 170 teams last year, December 13th and 14th, 2024. This year, make plans to attend. Let me read this Buzzed Barbecue. We talked about that competing event. He goes, yeah, that's bullshit. They said no Memphis in May and Tom Lee, but now SmokeSlam going to be there same day, and they complained about the park. Assholes. That was spicy. That was a little spicy. What's up, Buzz Barbecue? Thanks for tuning in here. So where's Memphis going to be this year? We'll bring Marcio back here in just a minute. I'm not sure. It's near there. I think it's at the university, at the football field, the stadium. Other people like to call that. All right, let's bring Marcio back in here. We need to start including the Rib Cook-Off Association events in the wrap-up recap. I know someone who won the Texas Rib Throwdown 2 weeks ago. Who would that be, Brandon? Who would that be? And I did see about the Rib Cook-Off Association. That sounds interesting. That seems like a fun time. A one-day event. Go in there, cook some ribs, get the hell out of here. I'm just kidding. I know who it was. It was Brandon Perriman. There he is right there. Forward. Always Forward Barbecue. Brandon Perriman with the first place rib at the inaugural Texas Rib Cook-Off Association. I think Rock and A had a big part of that one as well. All right. Well, Marcio is back. He's back. Let's bring him on, Ty. Can you hear me, buddy?
I can hear you. I'm good.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Good. All right. What'd you think of Buzz Barbecue's comment?
Buzz Barbecue is on fire.
a little spicy. I like it.
Look, if I'm looking for a team, I'm going to that dude's team right there. He's passionate.
He said, so where is Memphis in May going to be this year?
Liberty Park.
Liberty Park. Is that the stadium?
Yeah.
Is that
yeah.
Stadium? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Then they did it 2 years ago,
dude.
When they were under reconstruction or
Liberty
renovation.
Park. It's an all every. So like you have a mixed feeling about teams' overall review about the park, right? Because you go there and it's easy load in, easy load out, no mud, amazing. And then you go to where there's not such a great view. I mean, you go to where there's a great view, and Lord, I think our load in Memphis last year, we were supposed to be there for 7:30 to 10. We left South Mississippi and drove up there at 2 in the morning. We were there by 8 something, and we waited all day long to get loaded in. And it was
definitely
just
a challenge.
tough.
That many teams get into that little park.
A couple of things happened. The park was still being finished up, and so they didn't. This is the first time they're pushing all these. There you go, Gary Chastain. You'll hear everybody saying that at the river. It's a nightmare. It's mud. It's but the view is great.
The view is great. For those that don't know, it's not like a wide open, spacious park. It's very narrow and long, right? So
Correct.
They load. I feel like they load from the front to the back, or somehow they get in there. There's probably, like you mentioned, you have a time slot to get in there because you can't just show up. You gotta have a time to enter, and a lot of these teams, as you can imagine, aren't bringing just a pop-up tent and a smoker.
No.
You guys you're cooking whole hog, right? You're bringing a huge ass trailered pit. A lot of these guys set up. You guys have seen some of the videos that we posted. It's not a big space, but it goes upward. They have a lot of scaffolding. A lot of these teams have 2 and 3 levels. It's definitely something to see. It's really cool. What's in the cup there, Marcio? What you got over there? Synergy. Oh, kombucha. All right. Nice. It's definitely something that's 2 and 3 levels. It's not such a wide open area. It always seems to rain. Seems like there's always mud involved at the Tom Lee Park for Memphis in May. Last year was really good weather, although I think it rained
rained
before.
It
rained during the week. No, it did rain. You're right. It was muddy.
Yep, it rained like the Friday night. It rained, and then so the challenge with the rain, a lot of times for us is trying to, the pressure gets changed. A lot of pit, and everybody deals with this. Not most everybody, depends. But Old Hickory pits, barometric pressure drops a little bit after a rain, dude. You've got a hot flaming fire in your pit, just don't want to get up the temp. So you have to learn how to manage those things. The rain is not a really if it rains pretty good and stops, you've got a challenge.
In the last few years at Memphis in May, you've seen a lot of teams from, not a lot, but you've seen some teams from Texas. Grant Pinkerton is one. He puts together a pretty rock star team that goes over there with Come and Eat It. I saw Joe Pierce come down from Kansas City. We saw Blues Hog do it also from Missouri. They came in there and they won. They won that damn thing. What is that? What do you guys think about that? These, people, because it is a big 4, right? You win Memphis. It's a huge, all the accolades that come with winning something like that is just huge. So you got a bunch of teams that are trying their hand in it. Hey, why not? Let's go cook a whole hog. Let's see what it's all about. I love seeing Grant and the team Come and Eat It go and do that. I loved seeing what Blues Hog did. They did a shoulder and they won. And then last year they came and did the whole hog on their big ass drum. I think they did the shoulder prior to that and then the hog and win. And then they did it again last year with the hog. It's pretty amazing to see. I love seeing all these teams that come in there to do that. So is there any talk about all these other teams that coming in now, all these other all-star teams that put together a rock star team, Blues Hog, Brad and why am I drawing a break?
Brad Lanigan.
Yeah, but oh my gosh, drawing a blank here. Anyway, they put together rock star teams and they come in there and do that. It's pretty interesting to see, and it's amazing to see. They go in there and they win. It's amazing. Tim, thank you very much. Tim Shear, golly. Just saw him last week in Dallas 2 weeks ago.
Okay. So I thought you were talking about Brad for a minute. When I hear Blue Hogs, I hear Tim's name.
Yeah.
So no, I think this is what barbecue is about. I think it's, most of these guys before, they're not known to be a whole hog team. They're not known to be on the NBN, and they step in Memphis in May and compete and absolutely nails it the first time they're there. It's just, to me, that's great. That's great for the sport, and it wakes a lot of people out it picks them up from their chair and gets you out of your comfort zone. You're like, holy crap, these guys never did this before and they're here. Whoa, let's go. And so, you don't want to be comfortable. And these are great things that happen to the sport that keeps you on your toes.
Keeps you on your
So,
toes. Keeps that competition level always rising. It's great to see. It's fun to see, and I love seeing the boys that I know personally walk, and now knowing that you're going to be out there doing your thing at SmokeSlam right there. Tung Nguyen is commenting right there. He's with.
Hey, tell them stay in your lane, buddy. Stay in your lane, Tung.
He said, "Stay in your lane." What is up, Tung? Tung's going to be there. I wish I could make it. I would be there at Hogs for the Cause this weekend, and we're about to jump in to talk about Hogs for the Cause. I would be there this weekend if it wasn't for my son's birthday is Friday, tomorrow. No, 2 days from now. My son's birthday is 2 days from now on Friday. And then my niece is graduating. She is a legit awesome, and I'm so proud of her. She's a doctor now. She's a pediatric MD doctor. So I can't miss that. So we're going to be here on Saturday. So otherwise I would be joining you guys at Hogs for the Cause. So let's talk about Hogs for the Cause. Hogs for the Cause is a great event. It's a big time charity for pediatric kids with pediatric cancer, I believe. You can speak more on that, but what a cool event. I love seeing all the videos from the last 2 years. It's really coming to the forefront. And, in my mind with Joey, when he went over there, Manuel Moreno went over there, but Hogs for the Cause is awesome. Talk about that, please.
So Hogs for the Cause, it is our favorite event. And one of the things that also influenced our decision on Memphis, whether go to Slam or not Memphis, was Hogs for the Cause. It has become one of our most favorite events. And so we're kind of shifting finance gears towards Hogs for the Cause, and not so much investing a ton of money in Memphis in May, because Memphis in May, you can go in there every year, go in there and dump about 30 grand, and it's not hard to do that.
No,
you can do it easily. Other teams that host and cater, they spend way more than that. Every dollar amount that's put on by any teams stays in Hogs bank account. It's just impressive. It does everything that we bring in logistically, that we sell, that we raise, fundraise, donate it goes to them. Last year we raised $3.8 million. It was just crazy. The year before we shattered the previous record. And then this year we're looking to, and this is all the teams together, I believe 95 teams. We're aiming to $5 million. So what Hogs for the Cause does, they do a tremendous amount of work in our community, and they're all over the country. They're not just in New Orleans, right? So they have hog houses at Children's Hospital. So your family needs assistance, you can stay there for free. We're building, I think, 4th or 5th hog house now. And these are incredible houses. I mean, everything is there to assist any family at all. Also, I'll tell you this testimony locally here. The impact it causes not only, all over the country, but locally to our community. Last year, I've called Becker and I contacted him, and I said, "Look, this was right before Hogs. I say, dude, there's a kid here, got a brain cancer. Mother is a police officer, so is the father." And he's like, "Dude, let's help him." And this is probably around 11 o'clock. By 12:15, Becker called me back. He said he got in touch with the mom because I gave him all the information. He said, "Look, who do I send the check to? Are y'all going to present to them, or we got a grant approved for these people?" They're swift. They're very swift, efficient. Those guys got a heart of gold. If you meet them, you'll be impressed how they run. And it's just a group of dedicated, amazing dudes that they're just grab the bull by the horn and they're there, man. And
what
then
a great
you got
cause.
the team.
Yeah,
Correct.
What a great cause. The hog houses sounds like housing for kids and families that are there for treatment.
Correct.
They can go in there and stay there for nothing, right? So they house
Correct.
them and they do all that. That's amazing right there. That's worth the effort to go and do what you guys do every at that weekend. Amazing.
So, and then of course the teams they fundraise all year long. We fundraise all year long trying to raise money. Our team alone, we set a goal. Our goal is when we enter in, we're said, well, we always going to up what we fundraise because we just want to get better and better. And so This year, we're trying to raise $100,000, just our team.
Wow.
And so
Big goal.
It's a big goal. A lot of the big money come in at the last minute, and we really got a great. We have a ton of support. Then you got some teams in New Orleans locally there that, like Florida Q, they'll raise $700,000.
Wow.
One team, and so they, there's a lot of teams there that they're on the competition side that they're maybe a little behind, but on the fundraising, they're not. So you have a cap also. You have to raise at least 5,000 in order to qualify for a grand champion on the cook side. So we were, and I say this, we were so privileged to kept the title for 2 years now, winning back to back, and now going back to Hogs for the Cause. It definitely has changed and attracted a lot of more teams. We have a huge target on our back. And I think, team's going to be there cooking. Team, Mark Lambert, David Wheeler, all those guys now are coming down. 3 Taxi Guys, Boards Night Out, The Shed.
Come and eat it. He just said he's going to be there. They're going to be there.
So they're coming down, and we're looking forward to it, man. I think and here's what I'm so proud of these guys. I've looked at 3 Taxi Guys and Boards Night Out. They're fundraising, man. They're raising money. And that is what it's about. I know we're going to have a shutout in the competition there. Somebody's going to walk away with the grand on the cook side. But ultimately, I feel like if the more teams that we bring in, they fundraise, they come for the competition, but also to raise money and do both and do the fundraise at a greater level, man, we're going to kick this out of the park. And 5 million, here we come.
Do we have your link for your team's deal? Boom.
Right
Yes,
there.
we do. Right there. There's where you can find it, Buzz Barbecue. If anybody wants to donate to Hog Addiction's fundraiser for Hogs to the Cause, as like he said, all the money goes straight to them for Hogs. So what a great organization. What a great event. And the teams that you just mentioned, I had no idea that all those teams are going to be. This is like a precursor to the big next month.
Yeah.
Big event.
This year Hogs is going to be very, very awesome. I mean, having all of them out there, and for most of these guys, this is the first time they're being. I think Mark Lambert's been there several years, but I think Boards Not Out is the first year. 3 Taxi Guys, John David Wheeler, they're all joining teams, and I think Tim and Brad are going to Big Stardust. It's a team that's been established. They're just going to go over there and cook for them.
Yeah.
So, and they're coming in fundraising, and all of us together for a great cause.
Grant will be there. Squeal Team 6, funny name. Come and eat it, and the Great Pig in the Sky collab will be there. How amazing!
That's right.
And from all accounts, it is a fundraiser, right? But it is a huge party. My buddy Tongue, who's in the comments tonight, he tells me what a great time it is for everybody involved, and it's just however many days is just. I would love to be there. I wish I could, but unfortunately, I got family obligations, and I'm happy to do that. But man, what a fun time that sounds like it's going to be out there, and what a great cause, man. If you guys want to donate to Hog Addiction's fundraiser for Hogs for the Cause, it goes directly to Hogs for the Cause. There's the link that Ty just posted. You can click that link and you can get or at least copy and paste that link, and you can get to Marcio's team, Hog Addiction's Hogs for the Cause.
And it is it's a tax deductible. It's you can get a tax deduction out of it. So you donate. Now I tell this to everybody, you can go down to the tab. There's a tab there for $25, your starting donation. But you can go down to other and donate $100,000, or do the 7,000 or the 500, whatever you feel like doing. Let's just put it in there for the kids. Don't let Uncle Sam take it all.
I'm definitely going to donate to both of you guys, Tongue and Marcio, Hogs for the Cause. Tongue, what is the team name? Do you know the team name Tongue cooks under?
I don't know. I know he cooks with Joey, doesn't he?
Yeah.
They won shoulder last year.
They won shoulder last year.
Yeah.
Tongue and Manuel Moreno, they teamed up and they won shoulder last year.
So at Hogs, you have you have to do well with your shoulder because it's NBN sanctions. So
Yeah.
there's no presentation. You got to send in your box and that's it. But you have to do well on 4 categories, which is anything pork dish, shoulder, ribs, and whole hog.
So Tongue is going to go live with us on Friday. We're going to do a special,
Nice.
we're just going to, spend probably 30 minutes with Tongue. He's going to walk around, show us the grounds on Friday, see what happens during Hogs for the Cause on Friday.
Tell him to come see me.
Yeah, well, I'm sure he'll come see you. He wants to win. He has big aspirations, and the team to beat right now, it sounds like, is Hog Addiction, because 8 GCs in a row and soon to be 9. That's awesome. That's amazing. All right, so we have some Hog questions. I know Ty has been starring some of those. Me personally, I have a question. What is the ideal for Hog Addiction? I know it varies from team to team. What is your ideal weight, and what type of hog are you looking for?
So we're back to where I mentioned to you about consistency, right?
Right.
You want to take away your margin of error, and so keep the same hog. Don't change it. You want to follow your product. You want to know about your product. You want to know your protein on that hog too. Compart is our hog of choice. We do not cook. We already got our hogs ordered for the year. Then, and our weight that we love to cook is 170. So sometimes we get a 168, sometimes a 171, but that doesn't change much our timeline.
But it's right there.
Right there. So a bigger hog, it'll give you more marble. A mature hog is always going to be a better result. That's the reason we cook a bigger hog.
We won't get into specifics about what you're using, but like timelines and whatnot, because again, a lot of these people watching, we don't cook hogs. We're it's like that, brisket to you, maybe. I don't know how that if that's a challenge or whatnot, but people, when they started out barbecue, scared of the big bad brisket, right? It's something you want to perfect and do that. To me right now, hog is obviously you just want to throw it on some fire and see what happens, but it's great to hear from professionals or people that are known and that know exactly what they're doing. You just mentioned Darren had a question. What breed of hogs you just mentioned right there? Compart, right?
Darren should know that. He should know that.
he's probably trying to put some advertising in there for Compart right there. Wes Reed, who's your hog supplier, and what are you looking for when you pick a hog? All right, we just talked about the supplier, but what do you look for? Obviously weight, but is there anything else you're looking for, or you're hoping for when you get it?
Know your farm. Know what they're doing to those hogs and what are their process. That's definitely something that you want to get into it. Get to know who your supplier is. I'm talking about who's raising the hogs. I directly know Mr. Jim Compart, and I ask him a lot of questions. I ask not only him, now his son Dan, who I speak with a lot, and ask questions about how they're raising these hogs and their the way they feed these hogs, and so Compart is it's tough for a lot of people to cook Compart because they're super expensive. But then again, you're cooking a product that's
so you want to get
pretty
to know
darn good.
You want to get to know their process. Like, is there something like key that you're looking for? Like, are you feeding them at a certain time? When you mention those kind of
Well, here's what I tell you. So if you're getting a farm raised hog, all right, and that hog, January, that hog is not the same hog let's say that he's raised on a pasture or partially fed, confined, but then in August, that same breed, the fat content, everything changed on that hog. So it's just your times of the year change. The wiener hog your fat content's bigger. Got the little winter coat, some of us put on too.
We got some questions coming in now. I love it. That's awesome. All right. That was a good question, Wes Reed. Good to see you, Wes. I appreciate that. Buzz Barbecue. We got that in there. What part of South Mississippi? You're in Biloxi.
Gulfport.
Gulfport. There
near
it is.
Biloxi. Yeah,
Near
Ocean
Biloxi.
Springs.
Yeah, very
Mhm.
nice. Been there, loved it. The shed area, I went there for that one. Marcy, what kind of pit do you use for the Whole Hog?
Old Hickory.
Old Hickory. All right.
Old Hickory. And so what we do is, one of the things that a lot of people talk about, I know people love backwoods, and it's a water cooker. And but we do not. We don't do anything wet. It's all dry. And there's an old saying out there that for the pork industry, it works for us, and it's been a great success. Dry heat cannot be beat. It's just the way it is. We do not add water or to our smokers, just straight dry heat.
That flies in the mouth of what Myron was saying back in the day on the Pit Masters. He had his water pans working in there, spritzing all the time. But hey, how's he been doing in the Whole Hog category?
Myron is a great ambassador. He is, man. He's somebody that everybody looks up to, and he is busy teaching classes.
Right.
He's busy. I think he's taking the time to. He comes. Last time I saw him was in Galax, Virginia.
Well, he just won Memphis in May not that long ago, like 2 years ago. So he's still in the game.
Oh yeah, don't underestimate Myron.
Still in the game, winningest man in barbecue.
That's right.
I don't know if that's still true, but probably he's been doing it for a long time. Keeps doing it too. All right, good question, Brandon. Thank you for doing that. I don't know if this is a good question or not. Male or female hog from Steve Jimenez.
Oh man, I'm not going to release that.
Is that a real thing?
He's getting to details now.
Okay. Oh, it's a real thing. Okay, I thought he was joking. I thought he was freaking joking. Bill Purvis, frozen? Does it matter?
Yeah. So here's the deal. So everybody, when Compart changed their deal that you couldn't get fresh Compart, they went to flash frozen. And I'm going to tell you, we continue. A lot of people left. They wouldn't want to cook a frozen hog. And I'm going to tell you, there is absolutely the process that they do it is, man, it's pretty doggone good. And when we thaw these hogs out, I'm thawing them out exactly how Dan and Mr. Jim Compart is telling us. And let me tell you, they're perfect. I wouldn't be scared by. No, I would go. What did Michael said? Something about a Wagyu.
Compart Family
Mitchell.
Farms and West Home Wagyu are at the top of his list.
Correct. They really are. And so, which is awesome about Compart, and you can learn this by watching their video, but there's a short video on their website that talks about how they develop this incredible pork. And so it was as easy as going to a farm and x-ray and ultrasound pigs and find the marble on the loin eye area, which is commonly not found, and then they breed these hogs within different farms until they come up with what they call the Angus of pork. So so Compart Family Farms sets themselves apart from any other pork industry out there for about 15-20 years with that process. It takes a long time to get there. And when I trim a loin or I'm trimming a ham of these hogs and I see the intramuscular fat in there, I know what I have. It's an incredible product.
Awesome. Questions still coming in right now. Do any teams have success on pellet smokers with a whole hog?
So pellet smokers are for a hog. There's not a bunch out there that can fit a good quality
170 pound hog.
Yeah, and so there's a guy, Hank Couch, and up there by Mark Lambert. He built one. This dude built, and I've seen the hog. I've seen man. It's a great smoker. I don't know if he's going to sell it or. Sorry, trying to get this off my screen right here.
Oh, you're fine.
And but I've seen it. He's got a couple hoppers in it, and I mean the color on that hog was incredible. Not a ton of options over there for a whole hog. You can, I always tell people this too. When it comes to a whole hog, folks can get disappointed. They trying to fit a whole hog into. So first we're going to establish what the hog is and what the pig is. So A whole hog would be over 100 pounds.
Hold
and
on.
then a
hold
pig,
on.
it's
Mitchell asked the question. Tell them the difference between a pig and a hog.
that's right. So
Here
there
we
you
go.
go.
Here
So
we go.
I was going to that. So the difference between a pig and a hog. So a pig is going to be below 100 pounds and a hog over 100. And so when you're cooking a very premature pig, which is, within 50 to 80 pounds, I would say this. If you're cooking anything below 50 pounds, you want it to cook hot and fast. If you're cooking anything above 80 to 90, then you're going to go low and slow. Your fat content is starting to get a little bit better when it's a bigger hog. So you're going to turn out to a better product then for pulled pork.
All right. Sorry. I did that. Ty, fix that. Great explanation for sure right there. Mitchell again, he's just giving you props. You're a cool guy and glad to call him a friend. Nicknamed him the Machine right there. Okay. Is Bill has a question. Is West Home Australian?
West Home.
Mitchell made a question about West Home Wagyu earlier. Top of the game. I don't know if you're
I'm
familiar
not
with
sure
that.
if
All right.
I'm not. No.
All right, Tongue. He's watching.
You're pushing. Asking a
Tongue's
pork man
watching
about
from
a beef.
Tongue's watching from New Orleans. Do you have a ritual before every comp or cook?
Yes, I take a picture of Tongue and put it on my vanity for the week before I go to Hogs for the Cause, and I keep staring at it and saying, "Stay in your lane."
Oh, Tongue. I love Tongue. He's great. All right. Let me. Did Sean Trainer Alvarez hit 2 home runs tonight? Apparently. All right. Do any teams? All right, here we go. Phil probably gave him a run for his money on the winningest man in barbecue. Maybe Phil's got a. Myron's been doing it since like 92 though. So
correct.
He has been doing it since like 2013 or 14, whenever it may be. He's a Sal. All right, here we go. You two. Have you cooked any of those Magalista hogs that Tim and Brad have success with?
No.
Mm-hmm. He's strictly compart right there. GMG Big Pig or Old Traeger pull behind commercial. He's talking about big size deal. All right, cool. Yes, Mitchell says yes. It's an A9 Australian. What he was talking about. Well, cool. So like timelines, like when for 170-pound hog on your Old Hickory. Again, we're not getting specific here, but your turn in is at 10 o'clock on Saturday. What time are you putting that bad boy on?
Noon. 12 o'clock.
Noon on Friday?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so it's not going a full 24 hours. Close.
Pretty close
to it. Pretty close to it. All right, awesome. That's about it, unless you want to give any other tips for novice whole hog cookers that are. Although there's some that are listening that are going to be competing against you right now.
This is what I tell. Well, no, this is what I tell everybody on a whole hog. If you never cook a whole hog, the first one you're going to cook, you're going to knock it out of the park, because you become, as you get to cook more, you become your own enemy. You just want to change things and fix things and address things, and then you become your own enemy. So it's not as complicated as you think it is.
The MBM team names are the best. Yeah, they got some good team names and booths. Yeah, it goes for anything we do, right? You start getting really good at something, you always want to change it up and try and perfect it, and maybe you miss that sweet spot that you had at one point. Absolutely true. Absolutely, Tongue is awesome. This guy is a chef in New Orleans. He's
he's solid.
He is solid. He puts out some awesome product that people don't typically cook in the barbecue world. He has an Asian fusion with barbecue, and I love it. He's awesome. He's a great dude, and I'm excited to see how they do.
So the story about stay on your lane with me and him is he came to me one time at Hogs, I think 2 years back, and he said, "I'm here to kick your ass. That's what I'm here for." And I told him, I said, "Dude, stay in your lane." So I think a year later, I posted something on my Facebook about me doing a brisket pho, and he messaged me, "Hey bro, stay in your lane."
He's not in New Orleans. He's in Gulfport, but where in New Orleans? I'm going to that way soon. Love NOLA. Yes. NOLA's amazing.
This is the weekend to come to NOLA. Right
This
here.
is the weekend.
Yeah.
So is it always the first weekend in April?
Yes.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully it won't fall on my son's birthday next year, but we'll definitely make an effort to go out there. I wanted to go this year. Amazing. Is there anything
you'll love it?
I know. Is there anything that we did not mention that you want? We talked about Hogs for the Cause, Memphis in May, the SmokeSlam, your record-setting 8 grand champions in a row with MBN. No one has done that in MBN.
We had the most grands on a year as well.
I can't. Yeah, 12. Is that what the number is right now?
If we count Hogs, because Hogs don't really count,
right?
But it was 11, and with Hogs it's 12.
So what's on the horizon with you guys? We didn't even talk about you've done well in SCA as well. Have you ever tried to venture this way and cook like a Texas style sanctioned body contest? Have you done anything else yet?
We probably will.
Good.
For a change soon, but not quite.
What do you know about brisket? What do you know about brisket?
I love brisket. It's actually brisket. My wife loves the brisket. That's probably one of her favorite things to eat. And so, yeah, we cook brisket here often. Competition brisket. I can cook a brisket. I can swing it pretty good.
I bet you can. I have no doubt you can. You've done well in SCA. You've done well in MBN. You've done well.
Yeah.
You've done some KCBS. You mentioned earlier when you were just getting involved in this thing. So, you going to be at the American Royal this year? I
think we are with B&B. We probably be helping them with a live fire, and so we are. I'm coming over there with them.
You need to get involved in that Pigapalooza, man. That's a pretty cool event.
So I think that's they have a max of teams in there, and so I've been asked to come over there and cook. Matt Overson actually asked me to come and cook and help him. It just the dates didn't work out because of the NBN calendar. There's one of the Delta Battle contests that we cook. It's always collides with the American Royal. So
we're getting some Brookhaven. Apparently, there's a joint MBN and KCBS in Brookhaven.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm reading?
Spring Fest.
When's that? Is that coming up?
That is going to be before it's kind of actually Spring Fest is the set ground for most. Everybody goes there to fine tune their stuff before Memphis in May. It's like the last contest that everybody decides to go to, and you get a couple weeks break, and then you go on to Memphis.
I have a question that just popped in my head. When you're doing ribs in MBN, it's generally most of the teams are doing baby backs, right?
Yeah. Why
do you feel that is the case versus, St. Louis cut spares?
I don't know. It's kind of, I do prefer baby back over St. Louis or spare.
Do you know of teams that have done that? I know that.
Yeah. There's plenty of teams. I think
Justin West put in there.
There's a few teams that I know that done really well with it. Not that I know that has final or grand with so I think what judges expect is it's been around for a long time. It's hard to convert that unless you start. Now NBN changed their rules for this year where you can cook a collar. You no longer have to cook a butt. Now
YouTube user is that Cantrell? Could be. I think it could be. That's what those judges are trained. I guess he's talking about they're trained to see. I guess it would if they opened it up and they're used to seeing the baby backs, the smaller curved ribs versus a little longer, flatter rib. They're probably like, maybe that's different.
So that's the thing. That's what I was mentioning. Those judges are used to baby backs, and when you bring spares in there, you kind of throw it. But I think Mitchell just mentioned somebody in Memphis last year was third place overall with the.
It was Justin West. He said he finaled with spares last year. Grant Pinkerton's mentioned it right there. Justin finaled with spares.
That's right. So now you got to remember in Memphis in May, there's a lot of those judges. They're not judging all year long, and they come to Memphis, and then you've got a lot of MBN judges that go there as well. So you got a kind of a mix of.
Are MBN drug judges certified, or they go through?
Yeah,
obviously, they do. YouTube users saying they're trained, so they definitely go through a certification.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay. That makes a difference if they're used to seeing one particular rib and
if you go to if you go to an MBN class, those judges will be trained on baby back. So back only ribs.
They say they're more succulent, more. I don't know.
Something about the texture. I particularly like them. Yeah, I do. And we did
the baby backs.
So in Texas, we had to cook spares. Not really particularly crazy about them, but Chad and I discussed this, and it goes to tell you, so the way MBN works, and Boar's Night Out did the same thing. They cooked the same rib, Eric and Alan, on a jumbo. They turned in. I think Alan was second. No, Eric was second, and Alan was like 12. Chad and I did the same thing, and we turned in. He turned in his first. I mean, identical boxes, beautiful. We cooked the same rib. That's what we cook on MBN. We turn in. Chad gets 28. I get first. So that goes to tell you, sometimes landing on the perfect table matters, and it's just all it is at the end of the day.
Yeah, that's an ongoing discussion we have in competition barbecue. It's crazy. It is definitely crazy. That's the sport we get into, and that you gotta roll with the punches, and
you have to embrace
when you're hot, you're hot. Like right now, you're hot right now. So it's amazing.
You have to embrace it. Yeah, people are not gonna like your stuff for a very long time, and when they don't, you're gonna have to adjust and figure out. So,
Tongue says, when I grow up, I want to be like Marcio.
I want to be like him. Man, if I can cook the stuff that man can cook, yeah, he's a phenomenal chef.
No, it's awesome.
He's incredible.
Really, I love seeing the fusion. Yeah, my sons got to have some tutelage under Tongue win, and it was awesome. It was awesome. All right, so Friday, y'all set your notifications. Tongue will be coming. I got to read this from Eric. I believe it's Eric. Tongues is going to be. We're going to go live from Hogs for the Cause to give the scene. Kind of. He's going to walk around, show us what's going on in there, show us who all is there, seeing what the scene is all about. I wish I could be there myself personally, but next best thing is having Tongue guide us and be our little guide for about 20-30 minutes. So I don't know when that's going to happen. I'll get with Tongue, and we'll give you a kind of a lockdown, a little timeline of when that might happen. Could be 4 o'clock, could be 5 o'clock, could be 6 o'clock, could be 7 o'clock. I don't know. What's the best time on Friday, in your opinion, Marcio? Lots going on, I bet.
Friday, there's a few ancillaries on the afternoon, but I would go around noon. That'd be a perfect time.
Okay, noon. That'd be nice. Going to be tough on the weekend of Memphis and May for all of these contests because they are all going to be scrambling for the same pool of judges. Yeah, so many contests. Oh, I guess there's a KCBS as well. Memphis in May and MBN.
Look,
After
there's plenty of people.
Meets.
You know what I found out? There's plenty of teams out there. Memphis in May is going to have a great, successful event. They got plenty of teams. So is SmokeSlam. There's a lot of people that have ventured out and put a team together. They're going to be there. And I'm looking at 2 contests that they're putting out. They're going to be putting a great show. There's a lot of teams. Everybody's going to end up having a great time. It's just the way it is. It lands on the same weekend. But trust me, nobody is at the place where they don't want to be. We want to be at the Slam. We're going to be at the Slam. And guess who's at Memphis? They want to be where they at. And so I think everybody's content. I would just, I just think it's going to be, we're going to be looking back here a couple months or, right after the event blows over, we're going to look at it and say, man, that was perfect.
So if we have the winner of the Slam and the winner of Memphis in May, who's going to have more of the who's got more clout?
So you got money and you got recognition.
Yeah.
So you got to pick, Memphis in May, you're going to be a world champion. And then that SmokeSlam, your pocket's going to look good.
There's probably a 30-minute drive. Let's turn in a third box. Let's figure it out. Let's figure it out. Overall GC. Crazy.
Maybe have the clash of the 2,
Yeah, the televise it the next weekend. Let's go head to head. That'd be
that
would be definitely interesting. We'll see. But so Marcio, thank you so much, man. You put a lot of information out there. Again, we're all novice whole hog guys. Some of us have never cooked one. I had the opportunity to go with Rec Tech, and so I've seen it firsthand and how they do things. Kerry Chastain, he's done a few, I think, and to get some of that knowledge. But to hear somebody like yourself and that's been there as a world champion, that's 8 GCs in a row doing this thing, crazy. Thank you for the knowledge. Thank you for the time. And I hope you enjoyed your first time on the So Smoking Gooder Show, man. We appreciate it so much.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Absolutely enjoyed.
All right. Well, before we get you out of here, let's give some shout outs to people that support Hog Addiction, man. Anybody you want to give a shout out to before we let you get out of here?
So I've got a great, B&B Charcoal always support us. Compart Family Farms, Gunter Wilhelm Knives, Game Changer, and Tribal Fire Grill. Tribal Fire Grill, we don't cook a whole lot of steaks anymore, but it's on our trailer. Everywhere we go, man, it's just a versatile pit. It's just amazing. Old Hickory Pits and my team, for the great support. My family too, they're always behind me. There's somebody over there saying Rushmore.
No. As soon as I let you go, I was like, oh, I haven't done it yet. We're gonna do it. No. We're gonna do it. Keep going. Are you done?
So
no, are you any more? All right. Sorry. Are you done? That's wrong. Any more? All right. So Mount Rushmore, we talked about it already. You know what it's all about. Let's do it. That's
right. So before I forget, my buddy Chad that cooks with me, Lottie's Pepper Jelly. Lottie's, Chad and I develop a product that we've been using that is killing some folks out there that's not going to get that product until we just it's a finishing glaze and it's amazing.
What's it called?
Lottie's Pepper Jelly. It's not on the market, but Chad does have all the pepper jellies and some glazes out, but our glaze is not out yet. And there's a lot of folks that ask for, and I think Chad and I are going to hold on to that before it goes to market.
All right.
So
at least after this weekend, or
correct
after next month.
We don't know. So
all right. Let's go. Let's do your Mount Rushmore, buddy. He said, "Keep giving them hell, Marcio. Good luck."
There you go. So the first, I've got 4 heads up there to fill. The first one, I'm going to fill it up right there. I think I'm going to give that to my family. I would fit them up there because of the support that they give me. I wouldn't be able to do it. The second one would be my teammates. I'll put them up there. And that includes, my whole entire Hog Addiction team. Would fit them all in one head. The next one will be my parents, and then, we all picture, this is in no particular order. My parents are, were amazing to give me the opportunity to be just alive. But my fourth one, I would say God will get that one. It's just because he kept us safe all through a very successful season and continues to bless us. And so that will be my fourth one there.
Family.
No particular order. So there is. Yes.
Parents, God.
Yep.
I mean, that's a pretty solid Mount Rushmore. I think everybody could have that one. That's amazing. Yeah, people that support us, because this hobby is time consuming, money depriving. It's all of it, right? It's a great deal that we do, and a lot of people have there. Amazing. All right, so who's in the gift shop, bro?
Man, who's in the gift shop? Huh? I left nobody. I'm gonna say on the gift shop. I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say the people that come. When we have big events, the people that are not with us every weekend, there are our Hog Addiction team, but they don't get to come and cook with us every weekend, but they come to our big events and they really work hard. They're going to be at Hogs, fundraising, selling food. That will be them. The greater part of Hog Addiction team, the unsung heroes that come and work and don't get the credit.
I love it. Patrons of the event that work hard at big events. This is the most PC Mount Rushmore we've had. I love it. It's awesome. And hey, it means a lot to you, and that's all that matters, brother. This is amazing. All right, and then a barbecue homie, That's somebody or a team that you want that Hog Addiction needs to have around you. If you're setting up at a random MBN contest, you have an opportunity to set up next to whoever it may be. Who's that barbecue homie?
So there's we got a ton of them, and my teammates call me Friendly Bob because
you only pick one. This is the point of the barbecue homies.
So I do have to pick one.
Absolutely.
I'm gonna say lately and this is no particular, I'm not trying to offend anybody, but I love everybody, but been a joy to hang around with Salt and Sand Barbecue. They're from down here, and they are not. They just started, man. They started in pro, and they're cooking hog. They taken the bull by the horn, and it's been a joy to set up by them because it's great to watch them and being there and able to mentor them as they trying to grow their team and compete in NBN.
That's awesome that you're able to, these people that you've taken obviously you've taken a liking to, and they're going to be able to learn from a world champion. That's pretty awesome, bro. And the fact you're able to do that is amazing. I feel like a lot of people are also the same way, and it's great to see. It's great to hear people also doing that, man, because I often say this, and I think it's just a respect for the sport. But I think if we really are passionate about the sport and you're not poured into the next guy that comes next to you, and you don't have the time to give him, you don't have to give everything, but you can surely make his life a little easier. And then all of a sudden he's bit by the barbecue bug, and you create something there, and the sport gets better. Now we got somebody that's probably going to come around and bit your butt here down the road. You know what? You just took the time to explain to all of us, some tips and trips about the Whole Hog, and man, we appreciate it. And just like you do with your, you mentioned your barbecue homie, and that's amazing. So, thanks again, Marcio. You've been a great guest on the show for the first time. I'm excited to see what you do moving forward. I think we're going to hit number 9 in a row. Keep that record going. Records are meant to be broken, but hey, if you hit 9 GCs in a row, that is 8. 4 is amazing. 3 is amazing. You've doubled that and then some. So much continued success, man. This is amazing. The run that you're on right now, it's amazing. So
thank you. Thank you for having me. I appreciate you. And
bro, it's been a long time. We're excited to see how you do at Hogs for the Cause. Take it easy on Tongue. We'll see what Tongue does over there. He's got something rolled up his sleeve. I think
he always does.
I think Manuel Moreno said he was on his way as well. I know Joey's already there right now. He's got Janice from Smell a Q. It's going to be awesome. Chris Horton and Salt and Sand Barbecue are up and coming. All right. Good people.
That's it.
Always. What's up, Mitchell? Thank you for tuning in, man, tonight. I appreciate that.
Mitchell's a great guy, man. He's an all-around. He's a great dude.
Where's he from? Where's he out of?
So Mitchell is up in no, he's in Carolina.
Okay.
He also helps Heat Riles with a lot of stuff that he does. I believe he's the man. I believe he's the man in charge. If you want to be on Team Riles Barbecue, he's the man to see.
Mitchell, I've seen Raz. I've seen some other names out here. Chris Main. He's also watched the show. 8-0. All right, thanks, Wes. Appreciate that. But if you're new to the show, you got new eyes. You're tuning in because Marcio was on. We do this show each and every Wednesday. Marcio knows he's been a big Gooder Gang member as well, and he came on screen tonight. But we do the show each and every Wednesday. We talk barbecue with people that are in the know, like Marcio. Last week we had Diva Q. Next week we're going to do a bags to boxes show. So anything we talk barbecue, anytime you want to. This is the show for you if you're interested in that, man. And I appreciate people like Marcio coming on and taking a few minutes.
I'll tell you,
taking an hour and a half. And I love it.
My all-time favorite Diva Q was my favorite show. I'm gonna tell you.
Oh yeah,
it was my favorite.
She got into it last night. It was awesome. Oh
yeah,
or last week. She got into it
last week. Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you, Marcio. I appreciate you. Good luck. Good luck this weekend at Hogs for the Cause. Raise a bunch of money. It's amazing.
There's Chad Whittington right there, Maggie Farms.
There he is, there.
That's my brother right there.
He mentioned you, Chad. He got you. All right. Well, we're gonna let you go tonight. A first timer. What's up, Kason? What is going on? Well, thank you so much, man. We appreciate again coming on the show. And
we'll talk to you Friday.
We'll talk to you on Friday. Good luck, brother.
Thank you.
All right, there he was, Marcio Borguezan from Hog Addiction Barbecue Team. They're going to be competing this weekend at Hogs for Cause in New Orleans, Louisiana, going up against some big-time hog cookers. He mentioned he put them by name. It's amazing. He got us a lot of tips on if you guys want to try that. I do want to do a hog. And he said the first one will be your best one, and then you'll keep screwing it up from there. Great information from Marcio. Ty, come on in here, brother.
Hey,
what is going on? What do you think of that, my man?
I'm telling you, that was a cool show, but he needs to I don't know if he does this already, but he the way he explains things, he needs to start making videos immediately and monetize that shit. Like I like the way he explains things, and I can only imagine the 9 times that he would have to present during that time, the spiel that he works through, because that seems to be a big part of this presentation that is not necessarily, anything that you would think about as a dishwasher in the CBA, so having to present to the judges and actually talk to the judges, that's a cool aspect. I like it.
Definitely consistency was the key, is what I picked up from there. And he always cooks the same hogs, same brand, or same supplier, the same weight, all of that. Somebody asked a question on length. I don't know if we asked that or not, but 170 pounds, 170 pounds. So he knows exactly what he's getting each and every time. I'm excited to hear how he does this weekend in Hogs for the Cause. Chris Main, the barbecue shanty in there. Mama and Papa Joe, there he is. Clarence Joseph, what is going on? Case on. We'll close you.
I love your social media, sir. Mama and Papa Joe. I watch your social media all the time.
He's amazing. Clarence and his wife they do an amazing job doing that on YouTube. Nicho, thank you very much. Wes Reed with the Astros scoring. I appreciate that. Again, next weekend, we're going to do a special show. Bags to boxes from Cryo. We're going to do a whole chicken, half chicken turn in. Obviously, wings. We're going to have Aaron Leslie. We're going to have Paul Whitaker and our follow team. Last Roundup Barbecue Surge is going to be doing the filming and some, commentary. It's going to be fun. So make sure you have plans to tune in next week. Again, we're going to have Aaron, Paul, and Serge coming in from the Midland Half Acre Cooking on Drums, from cryo to boxing. Again, that's going to be cutting out of the cryovac, trimming, injecting, seasoning, cooking, saucing, boxing, everything involved. You're going to see live on air next Wednesday. The time is to be determined. Maybe 7:30. We might start earlier to make sure we get that done. All right. That's going to wrap up the show tonight. Thank you to producer Ty. Thank you to our guest last week, Miss Diva Q, Danielle Bennett. And thank you to our guest tonight, Marcio Borguezan from Hog Addiction. And we'll see you guys on Friday. Make sure you set your notifications. We're going to be coming live. Well, Tongue will be coming live. I'll be sitting here, but we got live from the Hogs for the Cause. Get you a little scene of what's going on. All right, well, that's going to wrap up the show tonight. Make sure you tune in next week. Big show. And we'll see you then. Ty, let's have Case close it out, my man.
Good night to all of you wonderful people in Barbecue Nation, YouTube, California.